all of the education systems, as Brother Larry just stated. But the key system that has to be changed first is the spiritual education of each and every one of us. We can go into each and every public school and college across America, but if you don't get a knowledge of God, and you don't have a knowledge of yourself, and you're not allowed to recognize God, then it's all just folly. The wisdom and the teachings of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, as Brother Jason said, are universal. It doesn't matter what your race, creed, class, or color is. There's healing in the wings of those teachings. This week, one of the students, our minister here, was invited to go to McCormick Theological Seminary. And they had students that were studying to be preachers, teachers, and researchers. And he sat at a table where they asked him questions on Islamic prayer. And the questions came not as complimentary questions, but they wanted to know, what exactly are y'all praying to? What are y'all praying for? And then is it in harmony with what we're praying? And they had funny looks on their face because the mindset was what they had read and studied about us. They had never had the opportunity to have a face-to-face conversation with any member of the Nation of Islam. Our brother sat in his own unique way. And within a matter of a few minutes, he didn't teach just quote-unquote Islamic prayer. He taught them the universality of praying to God. And as he was teaching them, you could see the foundation of their spiritual teachings from their school. They start bending, moving, sitting up, bending over, taking notes. The professor of the university extended him the invitation. She was taking notes. And brother got so good, I started taking notes. And she and I sat next to each other and we compared notes with each other. Did you get that? Yeah, did you get that? I got that too. We could see God overcome and get into him. That as each of these young students, some were white, some were black, some were Hispanic, and it really messed them up when our brother started speaking Spanish for like 45 minutes. They were like, because you're not accustomed to what you think is a nigger having linguistics. So as our brother used the Bible to explain prayer, that God means for all people, he removed the label of Christianity, Islam, Methodist. He said if we're all just submitting, we're all together. If we're all striving for peace, then we're all together. It shouldn't matter to you what I call God as long as it's the creator of the heavens and the earth. And it don't matter to me what you call God as long as it's the creator of the heavens and the earth. We can be brothers and we can be sisters. Now you know we can be brothers and sisters. He said we're all servants of a mighty God. He then labeled a base in these young students that 10 years from now, 20 years from now, these international students will go back into their own neighborhoods, and they might not ever give brother his credit. They might not give the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan his credit. They might not give the Honorable Elijah Muhammad his credit. But one thing they taught from him, that he taught them, they most certainly will give God the credit. Brothers and sisters, pursuit of happiness. The National Assistant Minister to the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, Brother Ishmael Muhammad.
In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful, we give him praise and thanks for his many blessings, his many gifts, his goodness and his mercy to the human family, that whenever any member of the human family strays or departs from his straight path and falls from his favor. He never fails to search among that people one who will deliver his message, express his will, and bring that member of the human family back into favor. We thank Almighty God, Allah, for his prophets and his messengers, from Abraham to Moses to Jesus to Muhammad. Peace be upon these worthy servants.